Packs, gank squads, however you want to phrase it, creatures in numbers spells trouble in the world of ARK. And with a variety offering pack buffs on top of their 33% mate boost, most commonly a pack leader status stacking another 33% on top of damage dealt, there's some deadly ones to encounter. But which are the deadliest of all? You're right kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to another top 10 as voted by you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share around and let's get into it. So in at number 10 is the Hyena. A first for a ranked list and a joy to see. Whilst on their own they become the laughing stock they are and in fact will turn and run if knowing they're outgunned and outnumbered. But when riding one with more than one canine friend, they'll quickly turn from skittish to aggressive, and more so the more there are. Being small, quick and with a long aggro range, a leveled pack of 6 to 8 can quickly gobble up most large creatures on the map. A great choice early game to ward off anything near your base, and the only time you can prop up a beware of the dog warning. In at number 9 is the Dinopithecus. Surprising to see so low when you consider how often you avoid the redwoods on Lost Island, because on top of its regular attacks, which include slowing you down temporarily, which opens you up for a group hug of melee combo monkeys at your doorstep, they get a pack boost too. Quick and nimble, hunting you down in seconds. It's rare not to find these alone, and the biggest of the bunch will make itself known as the alpha male, bellowing out a war cry to up to 9 other Dinopithecus, with a chance of inflicting some of that nasty bleed damage. In at number 8 is the Raptor. The original pack hunter, which once was a much more fearsome foe to encounter, owed to a nasty pounce attack, which thankfully is only tied to wild aberrant variants now, but in turn received a pack bonus buff when running with 3 or more clever girls, allows your leader to vocalize a damage and health buff for 45 seconds to each, as well as boosting almost every stat of the leader. With an incredible speed on top and leveled, creates an unstoppable ferocious force for even early game survivors. In at number 7 is the Direwolf. Just topping the previous entry, it's no secret to anyone that any wander through the snow will inevitably result in the hearing of a howl and panic quickly setting in. Not requiring a saddle but in turn making them a bit more squishy, the Stark's companion makes up for it with a menacing bite, backed by some great speed, and then, why it's here, it's pack bonus. With each pack member, an extra 5% damage gets thrown in for all, up to a maximum of 4, with the pack leader granted a damage bonus on top, able to howl to the moons and buff all members with a 50% damage boost and 25% damage reduction, allowing a 90-second flurry until the next howl. That does stack with other dino boosting too, including a new Fenrir boost that gives them glowy eyes and an additional 25% damage and 12.5% defense. In at number 6 is the Ravager. A seemingly favourite in the initial votes, the aberrant dwelling cave wolf is certainly one of the more useful for travelling and weight reductions on top, and impacts is a monster gank to contend with. With a similar pack bonus to the Direwolf in groups of 3 or more, they come into their own with a Nash effect. Every bite inflicted dealing a 5% drain to your max health, slowing you down, lasting over 10 seconds, meaning a very quick death if encountering a small army. And being able to jump serious heights means any getaway is nigh on impossible. In at number 5 is the Nidaria. Speaking of getaways, there's perhaps nothing true to the phrase of freezing you on the spot than the beloved jellyfish of ARK. The only one on the list not tameable, but the only one not to be underestimated in the water. Squishy to look at and kill, it only takes a few seconds of looking the wrong way to quickly become engulfed in a gank squad, each stun-locking you and your mount, slowly chipping away unless you can take them out, and if only equipped with a melee weapon, will keep on shocking you upon touch. So keep your distance, kill from range, and take extra caution when venturing into any cave. In at number 4 is the Allosaw. Perhaps the most iconic when considering pack creatures, being one of the first to receive a boost, behind being a natural ferocious predator with great speed and a powerful bite in packs of 3 will rank the highest level with a glowing red-orange aura, increasing damage done by 50%, reduced damage by 25%, a pack unique roar, and most importantly, bleed damage, slowing enemies down and dealing 5% over 10 seconds. And with multiple pack leaders allowed at once, that damage can quickly stack to some eye-watering numbers. In at number 3 is the Troodon. If there's anything to acclaim being feared at night, Troodons and their fiery nocturnal eyes take the crown for not wanting to be stalked by. With a wide aggro range upgradable in allowing them to scout the area for a variety of selections, their attack inflicts a monumental amount of torpor damage to any foe. Naturally, stacking with a pack become indeed deadly with a barrage of attacks, sending you to the land of Nod. Whilst it should be noted wilds can simply be warded off with a torch, they are still today a feared screech when heard at the dead of night. In at number 2 is the Denonicus. Unsurprising to see highly voted, the light-footed feather raptor isn't just a great travelling companion, and one that's quick to obtain early game, and is the go-to choice for boss running, with a damage buff to the alpha of the pack and a vocalization boosting speed, damage and resistance to pack members. It's the only creature that can inflict bleed damage on bosses. Whilst it may be less draining of 0.3% over 7 seconds, it can stack up to 5 times, meaning a squad all leveled and saddled are fully capable of taking on harder foes such as alphas and especially the Dragon Guardian. Not least forgetting how valuable their eggs are for kibble, it's the go-to choice for any pack breeder, but not the top choice. And before we get to that, let's take a quick look at the deadliest packs that didn't just make the cut. And in at number 1, the Shadowmane. The Swiss Army Lionfish comes in again as your number 1 favourite, and when it comes to packs, it too has a bunch of tricks up its sleeve. On top of its plethora of abilities for a natural saddled creature, having a mate pair grants either a pack cloak ability, turning every ally in radius invisible if roaring as a female, or a stamina, speed and torpor boosted roar from a male over 30 seconds, doubling Thorn male damage to any Shadowmane for 45 seconds, and even more melee damage to the roaring main for 5 seconds. Stacking against an already agile, hard-hitting fighter can create the most contested pack creature in the game. And do you agree or have another top 10 suggestion? Comment below, let me know. My name's Raasclark, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.